Cultivating Inner Beauty, where we're all about loving our healthy selves from hair, skin, and nutrition, and that, my friend, starts from within. So in today's video, we're going to talk about stress on the body and tips to manage stress. So with that being said, let's begin. So at the base of your brain, there's something small called a hypothalamus that communicates with your autonomic nervous system. And with that, it helps to regulate all of your involuntary responses, like your breathing, your digestion, as well as your blood pressure, just to name a few. So the ANS, or your autonomic nervous system, first alerts your adrenal glands. Then those adrenal glands alerts your first set of stress hormones, which is called the adrenaline hormone. So adrenaline hormone, it increases everything. So you may notice your heart rate increase, maybe your blood pressure increase, everything is increased. For example, if a dog is barking and running after you, chances are you're going to be running away from them and you feeling your heart beating fast and everything flowing. Maybe your vision is extra sharp and your mind is extra alert. That's what happened with adrenaline. Now, if that type of stress continues, then you move to cortisol, which is another stress hormone. So with the cortisol hormone, the glucose in your body and in your bloodstream, it's increased because now your body is trying to produce more energy, give you more energy. And in turn, some of your body systems, it becomes affected, like your reproduction, your digestion, as well as some other key areas. So at this level of stress, it's going to stay high until that stress passes. If it doesn't pass, then that's how you get inflammation, and that affects your different body systems as well. And as I've mentioned in my previous video about stress and skincare, those individuals that's more sensitive to having flare-ups like your eczema and your rosacea, psoriasis, you'll see more inflammation of the skin for them. You can still have like acne breakouts. Even goes even further, like if you have like fibroids, the list goes on and on what happens when cortisol levels stay raised. So what else can it affect? So stress in general, it places a higher demand on your body, which means that it needs more energy to stay at that level. So your body is requesting more nutrients, more everything, more oxygen, just to stay at the level that it's at. And then in turn, the person that may be experiencing stress, it could cause them to make like unhealthy food decisions. So they may go to their comfort foods or their highly processed foods, things that's quick and easy and things that's make them feel good at that time. Stress can also cause you to want to eat more or suppress it completely and not have an appetite, which also affects your body. And last but not least, but stress can also affect the quality of sleep. So now that we know the effects of stress for the body, what are some tips that you can use today that will help you manage your stress? I'm glad you asked. I'm going to share that with you right now. The first tip I have for you is to be mindful about your eating. So making more thoughtful, careful decisions about what you choose to eat helps with stress. Now, sometimes when we're in that moment, we're not able to think clearly. So I would say if you're able to, then practice deep breathing and really take in what you're about to consume and think, how is it going to nourish you at the time? Now, for me, what that looks like, I like to drink water before I'm constantly drinking water throughout the day. But yeah, I like to drink water before I have my meal, and it helps me to assess my hunger and decide if I really want something sweet or should I just avoid it altogether. Or it also helps me to just satisfy that hunger more effectively, because a lot of times we think that we're hungry when we're really just dehydrated and we need more water in our bodies, but that's another talk. So mindful eating is my first tip. My second tip is healthy dieting. So you want more foods like your dark green veggies, and just I think it's great to have more of a colorful plate So just taking in more of your fruits, more of your different color veggies, especially your dark veggies, which are full of antioxidants and help to get rid of those toxins in your body. That's always helpful. But things like foods like that will help to regulate your cortisol and make you feel better on the inside. Now, sometimes trying to figure out what to cook for the next day can cause stress itself. And so for those individuals, it may be helpful for you to meal plan your meals throughout the week, so you won't be stressed in those areas. And then also at the same time, you're consuming healthy meals that you already planned out for the week. My third tip for you is to work out. Working out, it lowers your blood pressure, and it also brings your stress hormone back to its normal state. So working out is always great. I like to do it after I go to work. I work out like 4 to 5 times a week for like an hour. You don't have to do an hour, but just getting your body flowing, it brings more oxygen, circulates the oxygen well throughout your body, get your blood circulating better, and it also helps mentally. Now, yes, we work out to look good, but most importantly, working out makes you feel good from the inside. There has been a lot of times where I would feel kind of overwhelmed with work, and a good detox for me would always be me going to the gym. Even during COVID, when I couldn't make it to the gym and I would just work out at home, that was still helpful for me. Just getting those few minutes in helped to clear my mind and bring me back to focus. The fourth tip I have is to practice deep breathing. Deep breathing, it reduces muscle tension. It helps to get you back calm and back in your relaxed state. And it also just helps with the body in general, just to feel more regulated and more balanced. My fifth tip is to connect with you. So what does connecting with you look like? Well, for one person, it may be walking in nature, walking in a park. For another person, it may be journaling. But whatever it is, make sure to connect with you every day, at least for a couple of minutes, just to feel more at ease. Maybe that also look like finding a hobby. Like for me, I love playing tennis, especially with this weather getting warm. I will be playing tennis a lot outside. That gives me a lot of joy. So whatever gives you joy, maybe it's not being outside, even though it's very good to go outside and take in the fresh air, but maybe it's not going outside for you. Maybe it's just reading or watching some TV, but you just want to unplug from whatever is stressing you and take a break and get yourself together and connect with those things and connect back with you. My last tip for you is to build a sleep routine. Now, of course, we all go to sleep, but sometimes with stress, if it's high enough, it could affect your sleep patterns and your circadian rhythm, all of that. So you just want to build into a better sleep routine. Ideally, you want at least 7 to 9 hours of rest if you can. So when you're about to go to bed, try to gradually wind down. Sometimes, like, say your bedtime is at like 9, and then like time it hits 9 o'clock, you just try to go to bed and not gradually go to bed. It just takes a long time to get to that calm state. So you want to gradually get yourself there. So maybe you have to lay down a few minutes earlier to get to sleep around that time to make sure you're getting your 7 to 9 hours. If you're not doing so already, then go ahead and turn off your phone notifications. I know on the iPhone, they have a do not disturb. You can set the time for that. You can also look at your sleep data on the iPhone and see how you're kind of getting distracted and where are some of those areas you could kind of change so you could get better sleep. Well, those are my 6 tips for managing stress and how it can affect your whole entire body. I hope that was helpful for you guys. Of course, I'm going to have more for you, and I will talk to you next time. Bye, beautiful.